about to share with you 3 key steps and strategies to be able to gain control over your mind, to be able to gain control over your life. When we are experiencing social crisis, we lose control over our lives because we lose control over our mind. We are experiencing lots of fears in this season of pandemic. Therefore, we go to the state of fight or flight or freeze response. Let me tell you the structure of our mind. Our mind consists of 3 parts: primal, emotional, and reasoning. We have 3 parts in our mind. The primal part of our mind is the part that helps us to survive, is the part that keeps us safe, is the part that has instinct reactive. And it's common among all animals and human. This is a primitive part of our mind. The second part of our mind is the emotional part of our mind. That's the part that connects our emotions to our behaviors. It turns emotions to motions. And third part of our mind, that's the part that helps us to reason, helps us to relate to others. Now let's see the function of these 3 parts of our mind. When we receive any information, our primal part of our mind scans for any potential danger. And if there is any potential danger, our mind goes to the state of fight or flight and freeze response and reacts. Also, our body reacts to that state of mind. It affects our heartbeat, our respiratory system, our immune system, and our digestive system. Our whole body and mind respond to that fight or flight and freeze response. It's our greatest asset, but also is the greatest liability that we have. Because our mind takes everything literally. If there is a lion and it's about to eat you, and also there would be a perceived danger, our mind responds the same way to both of these situations and goes to the fight and flight and freeze response. When we experience danger, our mind gets engaged in the survival mode, and it can't really get engaged with our reasoning mind. And also, our emotional mind gets involved too. Our emotional mind and primal minds are the lower part of our mind. And higher part of our mind is the reasoning part of our mind. When we experience a negative emotion, therefore, we are acting based on the emotions that we are experiencing. When we experience negative emotions, we act negatively. And our reasoning part of our mind is the part that we can relate to others. And it has external map of our world. It's the part that we can really relate to others and have empathy with others, because we can really reason in that state of mind. Our power lies in our reasoning mind. If our mind gets engaged with our primal mind, can't engage with our reasoning mind. Therefore, we have to be able to disengage from the primal mind to be able to get engaged to our reasoning mind. If we get engaged with our reasoning mind, we gain control over ourselves, and therefore we have control over our lives. Hello, for those of you who don't know me, and this is the first time you're connecting with me, I'm Caravan. I'm a certified psychotherapist, trainer of NLP, hypnotherapy, and timeline therapy. For the last 3 decades, I have helped thousands of individuals and couples to overcome the obstacles, unlock their greatness, embrace their confidence, and create the life that they are desiring. And also, I'm an author of 12 key steps to build high confidence. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 key steps and strategies to be able to gain control over your mind. Number 1, name it to tame it. By that I mean, the more specific you are in naming your emotion, the closer you become in taming your emotion. Therefore, time to time, ask yourself, how do I feel? And just don't say that I feel good or I feel bad. Become very specific. I feel anger. I feel fear. I feel excitement. I feel joy. Because as specifically as you can name that emotion, you have more power to tame that emotion. Number 2, be able to pause. When you experience a negative emotion, the second step is to be able to pause and count from 1 to 5. That 5 seconds gives you an amazing power to be able to gain control over yourself and get engaged in your reasoning mind. Therefore, always check if you experience any negative emotion. It's so amazing that you can pause and count from 1 to 5. That's where you can find your power and calm your emotional mind down and turn that emotion to a positive motion. Third, differentiate between reacting and responding. When you act based on your impulses, you are reacting. But when you think and then act, you are responding. When you react, afterwards you have regret and remorse because your thinking came after your acting. But when you respond, you think and you put things in perspective and then you act or respond. Let me bring an example to clarify these 3 steps. You're sitting at a dinner table and 2 people start to argue. You can be reactive, and when you are reactive, you judge, you criticize, you become offended, and you can't really empathize with other people because your external map is not with you or is not activated. But when you respond, you are engaging your reasoning mind, and then you have ability to really have empathy and have connection with others. Therefore, you're sitting at a dinner table and 2 people are arguing. Go inside, check with yourself. How am I experiencing this situation? How do I feel right now? If you experience any negative emotions, name it. Be very specific what you are experiencing. Are you afraid? Are you anxious? Are you anticipating something negative? And then if you are, count from 1 to 5 and then respond. And be able to really differentiate between reacting and responding. I hope you enjoy this video, and please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button to be notified when my new video will be posted. And please share your comments. I always listen. Thank you.